Hi, I'm Chrissy,
And I'm Jess.
and this is Financial Progress. Welcome, everyone. Today we are going to do another Reddit thread. Jess is going to read the thread to us, and we're going to discuss it.
Yes. All right. ITA. Am I the asshole? So the headline is AITA for telling my family how much my fiance earns after years of them making fun of his job. All right. So it says my family is very well educated and full of professionals, including several doctors, surgeons, dentists, etc. I have a good career and make a good living. When I met my fiance, he was at my house to supervise a roofing crew the insurance company hired to replace my damaged roof. I instantly fell for him when he pulled up in his truck and couldn't keep my eyes off of him for the rest of the day as he gave orders to his men. Ooh. She likes the orders. When we started dating, he was vague about his job, and I just chalked it up to him being insecure about me having a better career. I didn't care about our income and balance. When we got serious, we talked about our future plans, and that was when he told me the full extent of his little construction company. I was shocked that his construction earnings is as much as my dad's surgeon's salary. Gradually, he took me around to the handful of construction lots and shopping centers he owns. His rental income combined with his construction earnings is double that of my dad's. He said that few people know about his finances and he expects me to keep what I know to myself. My parents disapproved of him since the first time I brought him home. My dad coined the term tool boy, and the rest of my family joined in whenever they talked behind my fiance's back. Wow.
Wow.
They don't call that to his face, but instead make side remarks. Once, my mom said during dinner that they're thinking about hiring someone to mow their lawn, then turned to my fiance and asked him what he charges. I always try to defend him, and it's a constant battle. It's gotten worse since we're planning our wedding, and the other day my nerves just broke. Yesterday, parents were trying to get me into getting a prenuptial that my dad said, you have to protect your assets just in case Tool Boy decides to go slumming.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with prenuptial agreement, but man, like
Yeah,
those words.
I know.
I lost it and yelled at my parents. During our shouting, I blurted out his earnings and that he makes more than both of them combined. Then I stormed out. I told my fiance what happened, but instead of supporting me, he got mad that I told his parents that. I argued that I was defending him. Then we got into an argument. My parents and family are mad at me for keeping secrets. My fiance is mad at me for not keeping secrets. I'm stuck in the middle and don't know what to do.
Ooh, that's a tough situation
I
because
know.
in one instance, you kind of want to let your parents know that like he makes a good living. Like he's
Yeah.
not this
Tool boy?
this tool boy that you're like and there's nothing wrong about that profession. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if he enjoys it, he has his own business, like that's someone who's making a living for themselves and doing a great job. So like instead of just asking him more questions about it and what does he actually do, they just automatically assume that
Mm-hmm.
he's like paid what pennies in comparison to what they make, and
Yeah.
I guess they don't respect that profession. Like everyone needs service. Service is an important job and everyone needs construction. Everyone needs that in their life. Like so I don't understand why they would look so lowly towards him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh man. Yeah. I guess the question is, did she really do it to defend him? Or did she do it to
To
defend herself of why
or to
she's
throw it
marrying
in her
him?
face, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think the problem was there since day one with her parents and or her
yeah.
family in general. And
Mhm.
I think that it should have been put to a stop right away.
Yeah. But when did she notice? Because at first they were doing it behind her back and his back, I guess. So when
Just
did
his.
just his back? So they would do it in front of her. Okay. So yeah, I feel like she probably should have had a conversation with her parents ahead of time, like to let them know that that's disrespectful and they can't be disrespecting her boyfriend at the time, I guess,
Boyfriend
until
at
they
the
got
time.
engaged.
And then engagement came. That means, okay, this is the man I choose to marry and spend the rest of my life with. You
Yeah.
need to stop. You really don't know what he makes, so it's none of your business. At the end of the day, it's none of their business.
Yes. None of
And
your
he
business.
trusted her to keep it private, and she did.
Yeah. So yeah, I think maybe this is a situation where it should have been like nipped in the bud, basically. But I know sometimes in the heat of an argument, you might just say things that you don't really mean. And she probably blurted it out. I don't think it was the right thing to do, especially if he had a conversation with her ahead of time. I don't want you to share this with them, which sounds like he did. I think the problem is with her parents, if I'm being honest. Like,
yeah.
I feel like they're disrespecting her as well as her fiance, and that's not right. So maybe she needs to have a conversation with them. And I don't know. I don't know if her boyfriend forgave her for that or what, but I think the true problem is with the parents, and some boundaries need to be set.
Well, this thread believes that she's the asshole.
Okay.
Yeah. It has like bold on top that she's an asshole. One person mentions, your fiance confided in you, trust you, and you still turn around and, did it. But like you said, sometimes you're arguing and you just want to get it out like, no, he's amazing. This is what he does. And I don't know. But yeah, I'll say a slight asshole.
I don't know if I could even say that. I think, honestly, how else could she tell her parents that he's doing amazing? Like, I mean, I don't know. I still feel like maybe initially she should have nipped it in the bud, but if it kept continuing and she just snapped, like, I don't know. I don't know how I would have reacted in that situation, but
a lot of people are like, you're a grown woman and you're caring too much of what people think.
Huh. Okay. I can see that point. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's what it is. They're like, you versus your parents, you versus your husband. Your parents are objectively terrible.
Yeah. Okay. I
Trying to
agree with
minimize
that.
your husband.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And I also feel like maybe she could have, when they kept calling him tool boy, like maybe she could have said that, I find that disrespectful. Can you just respect me enough to stop calling him that?
And then a few people are just like, your fiance asked you to do one thing. One thing only. You really screwed up. So like they're really on his side at this point. I mean, yeah, they just like they were very judgmental,
Yeah.
based on that. So yeah, that was like a quick one. Wasn't too bad.
So I just want to ask this. Like, now that like salary is so transparent now, could you just like look that up and see what the average salary of a construction business owner is? You know what I mean? Like, could you actually look that up and see what the average is? Because if that's the case, that's public information. You know what I mean? Like, so she only shared public information.
A construction owner, oh, well, it's putting, because I'm in New Jersey. So the average owner in New Jersey, it's about $89,000 a year.
Okay. I assume he makes more than that.
And he owns a lot of property as well. He had shopping centers, construction sites, so he was doing very well for himself. And they just assumed that he wasn't. But yeah.
Interesting.
He was killing it. If anything, he needed to make sure he got a prenuptial agreement.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we don't really know how much she makes. She doesn't go into that, or did she? I don't recall.
No, she didn't mention numbers.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about prenuptial agreements, let's tell everybody what that is. It's a legally binding contract signed by a couple before marriage, specifying how their assets, debts, and spousal support will be handled in the event of divorce or death. And if you're already married and you never got a prenuptial agreement, you can get a postnuptial agreement, so it's never too late.
I don't know how I would react if Ryan came up to me and said, "Hey, I want a post-nuptial agreement," because we didn't get a prenup. So I don't know how I would react to that if he ever asked me that.
Oh, okay. I think before learning about all the finances, I wouldn't be like, wait, what? Why would you want to do something like? Because we didn't grow up knowing about it. Our family doesn't do it culturally. It doesn't get done. But learning everything that I've learned, I wish I would have done it or still do it now because I haven't done it. I honestly brought it up to my husband because you just never know what's going to happen, and you want to make sure that everything is going to be done correctly in the case something does happen. So I no longer have an issue with that because I've learned so much in all these years that I think it's great. I think everybody should get it.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a great topic for another episode. We'll have to talk about that sometime soon. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate your time and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.